are you about to pick a brand new niche? Are you brand new into hypnosis and hypnotherapy and looking for your first niche? If you are, then this video is for you, because the most important thing you must do to save yourself a whole lot of wasted time and grief and frustration and stress is to do your research. Do your research. If you just jump in blind into a niche because 70,000 other therapists are doing it, you're going to be wasting your time. You're going to be banging your head against a brick wall. So what do I mean about research? Well, first of all, get yourself a pen and paper and start writing down ideas of things that you would like to help people with. Maybe there's a particular niche that you've been thinking about. Maybe you have hobbies or interests, or maybe you've struggled with something yourself. Maybe you know people have struggled with something. Write down the areas that you would like to help people with. That's the first step. Maybe just make a list of things that you can think of that people might want help with. But that's definitely the first step. Second step is now get out onto your computer, onto your phone, and find out if there are groups of people that are talking about this specific issue. Really simple one, weight loss. There are millions and millions of websites and blogs and groups on social media where people are talking about all different facets of weight loss. Next step is, now you've found the groups that are talking about this particular issue, get into those groups and start looking at the kind of things people are talking about. Are people talking about the pain that it's causing them, the difficulty, the inconvenience, the cost? Are people talking about how stressful, how frustrated, how upset, how it's impacting on their life? If they're not talking about that, then maybe that potential niche isn't really a niche, because if they're not talking about the pain and the struggle and the stress, then is it something they're going to be prepared to pay for? We'll come back to that in a second. The next thing is are people asking questions about solutions? Are they looking for answers to the questions? Are they curious about, well, this person's tried X, Y, Z and it worked for them, fabulous. Do you know anybody who does it? Or is it basically a group of people just patting each other on the back and having a massive pity party? If that's the case, then that again isn't really a niche for you, or that particular group isn't a niche for you. The next thing you need to look at is, does this group of people have the potential to pay you, and are they sufficiently motivated to pay you? What I mean by this is, okay, they've got this problem, it's causing them so much pain and grief and suffering and struggle that they want it gone now. They want it gone yesterday. They want it gone immediately, and they are prepared to pay for that. If the niche that you're looking at answers yes, 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 yes to those questions, then get in there and start interviewing people, short little 5-10 minute interviews, having it's a coffee chat. Have a coffee chat with these people and just be curious, ask them questions about their niche, how long they've been struggling with it, what have they tried before, why didn't it work, what stopped them doing it, have they done the logical things? If it's weight loss, are they going to the gym, have they stopped eating crappy food and drinking diet sodas and all the rest of it? Ask them if they'd be prepared to pay for a solution if you were able to offer them that solution. If you're talking about hypnotherapy, have they had hypnosis before? Did it work? Did it not work? What did they think about it? Ask questions. Make a little list, or like a little questionnaire that you can ask people. And then once you've done that, look at all the answers that you've had from these people. Maybe, 10 to 20 people, the more the merrier. And just look at the answers you've got and assess from that information that you've collected, is this a niche that I can get into? The next thing you need to ask yourself is this niche oversaturated? Like weight loss, is vastly oversaturated. So is there a different approach that you could look at? For example, this is probably not a niche, but barristers, people that go into court, barristers, do barristers have a problem with weight loss? Are they talking about it? Are they, really anxious about it? Do they want to get rid of this weight? So you're narrowing it down to a career, a branch of people in a specific niche of another niche. So basically we're taking this big niche and we're narrowing it down. Photographers, wedding photographers. Are wedding photographers struggling with the anxiety of messing it up? So that could be an anxiety niche, very, very specific niche, helping wedding photographers overcome the anxiety of screwing up somebody's wedding, somebody's once in a lifetime event. But again, you need to do the research to figure out if that's a kind of niche that you could help people in. So if you're a wedding photographer yourself and you know people struggle with anxiety, that's definitely worth investigating. If you're a chef and chefs struggling with the stress of opening a new restaurant or serving bad food or being criticized, maybe that's another niche. But you have to get in there and ask yourself those questions. And once you've done that, you then start to ask yourself this next question: is this something that I want to help people with? Am I prepared to really jump into this with both feet and find the content and post and do lives and do videos and do reels and shorts and all the other stuff? Because you're gonna have to immerse yourself in this niche. Am I gonna want to become a niche expert? If the answer is no, then that niche isn't for you. There is no point in putting yourself under undue pressure because you simply want to work in this niche and it's not going to suit you. The reason you don't want to do that, it's going to come across. It's going to come across every time you do a video, every time you write a post. I don't know how this works, but people are going to figure out that you're not really keen on this niche, that you're not really motivated, enthusiastic. You don't really want to get in there and help people. So make sure that when you do pick a niche, it's something that you are going to be prepared to spend a lot of time in and get done. Somebody that I know talks about red ocean and blue ocean. Red ocean is basically an oversaturated niche where everybody is vying for that top 3% of the people that are solution aware and want it fixed now. What we need to do is maybe start off in a red ocean and then narrow down until we find our own little nice little Mediterranean, little blue ocean of where this niche meets all the criteria we've talked about, but there's not a lot of people, or maybe you're the first person to start working in that niche. One example that I can think of is sleep problems. 5 years ago, there was virtually nobody in the hypnotherapy business and therapy business who were focused in and being niche experts on helping people deal with sleep and deal with insomnia. Today, there are a lot more people, but a few years ago, that was a blue ocean niche, and I'm guessing probably to a certain extent it still is, yeah? But again, you need to do your own research. Start broad and narrow down. That is what you must do if you're starting a brand new niche or you're starting out as a hypnotherapist, to save yourself a lot of time and effort and struggle and worry.